Can you imagine that silent frustration you feel in the bedroom? That sense of failure that follows you every night has nothing to do with your desire, your masculinity, or how much you love your partner. What if I told you that lack of firmness, that anxiety that takes over you before every intimate moment, is actually an alert, your body's signal of a danger much bigger quietly developing in your arteries? Millions of men over 60 believe that their sexual difficulties are the inevitable price of age, a private pain they must endure in silence. But they are wrong. Today, you will discover that this difficulty does not mark the end of your sexual life, but could actually be the key to saving your life entirely. Let me tell you carefully. A few months ago, a man came to my office whom we will call Daniel, a 65-year-old retired engineer who had built bridges and impressive buildings, a grandfather whose laughter filled every corner of his home. However, the man who sat across from me had dull eyes, shoulders bowed under an invisible weight. With a barely audible voice, trembling from a shame he should not feel, he shared his truth with me. He said, "I feel like my body is failing me. Every morning I wake up more exhausted than the night before. The energy that once allowed me to play with my grandchildren, discuss projects, or enjoy time with my wife has simply vanished, slipping through my fingers like sand. Intimacy has become a constant source of anxiety, a painful reminder of my failures. Sometimes I look in the mirror and do not recognize the man I see. Is this all that is left? A slow, humiliating decline until the end?" Daniel's story is not an exception. It reflects a silent epidemic, a pandemic of lost vitality affecting men over 60 and 70, spreading across the world. It is a serious and common health problem, a condition many mistakenly accept as an inevitable consequence of aging. This goes far beyond poor circulation. I'm talking about the progressive stiffness and blockage of our vascular system, the hardening of the arteries that are the highways of our life. This is not a minor issue, nor a simple annoyance. It is the root of the chronic fatigue that steals your joy of living, the erectile dysfunction that destroys confidence and cools the most important relationships, the mental fog that prevents you from feeling clear, present, and in control of your own mind. It is a silent thief that enters without making a sound, stealing the shine, color, and purpose from your golden years. Most people, even many healthcare professionals, attribute these symptoms to the natural passage of time. It's normal for your age, they say, but let me be clear, it is not normal. It is common, but it is not normal and definitely not inevitable. For more than 2 decades dedicated to the study of men's health, I have focused my career on going far beyond the symptoms to uncover the deep causes of these problems. My approach combines the best of 2 worlds. I rigorously apply the advances of modern medicine, but I also delve into the ancient wisdom of natural remedies, those that have stood the test of time and that now the most advanced science is validating. Throughout my career, I have had the honor of guiding hundreds of patients like Daniel, men and women who came to my office feeling defeated, and I have witnessed transformations that could seem miraculous. I have seen not only the halting, but the active reversal of this decline. I have witnessed them regain the intense energy of their youth, renewed confidence in their intimacy, and most importantly, the pure joy of waking up every morning truly feeling alive, full of life. Today, my goal is not only to tell you about a problem you may already feel in your own body. Before continuing, I would love to know something to connect with our community. Which city or country are you watching from? Write it in the comments. I love meeting people who genuinely care about their health, and this allows me to create content more useful and relevant for you and your region. Let's get straight to the point. I am here to reveal something deeper, a true master key. I will show you an incredibly simple natural solution, so astonishingly effective it might seem unbelievable. You will be amazed to discover that a remedy you probably already have in your kitchen, a treasure from the earth that has been ignored and underestimated, could be the catalyst to completely reset your circulatory system and return your body the vitality you thought was lost forever. That's why I ask for your commitment. Stay with me until the end of this presentation. This is not a simple trick. I invite you on a journey of discovery. I will not only unveil the scientific secrets behind this powerful ingredient, but I will also give you, step by step, an ancestral recipe, a true elixir of life, carefully preserved by the longest living and healthiest communities on the planet. I am talking about the people from the blue zones. Those magical places where reaching 100 years old is not news, but tradition, and they do it with mental clarity and physical vigor that challenge everything modern medicine believed about aging. This knowledge is not a book theory. It is daily practice, a sacred ritual of people who have mastered the art of living well for more than a century. So, I ask you a question. Are you ready to unlearn the lies you've been told about aging? Are you prepared to discover how a simple daily gesture, a 5-minute ritual, can revitalize your circulation from within, recharge your energy to levels you haven't felt in decades, and return complete control over your health and well-being? If your answer is a resounding yes, join me. Our transformation, your transformation, starts right now. To truly reclaim control over our health, we must first become explorers of our own bodies. We must know the battlefield. So join me on a journey inward, into that vast and miraculous network of over 100,000 kilometers of highways, roads, and paths that are our blood vessels. The heart is the central pump, the tireless engine of our existence, but the true magic, the intelligence that governs our vitality, is found in the walls of these invisible pathways. The innermost layer of our arteries, so thin it is barely visible, is called the endothelium. Do not be fooled by its microscopic size. This tissue is not a simple passive lining like the inside of a plastic pipe. The endothelium is a dynamic, complex organ with surprising intelligence. Imagine it as the air traffic control tower for your entire body. It decides when and where more blood flow is needed, managing the precise delivery of oxygen and nutrients to each of the billions of cells that make up your body. When an organ requires more energy, whether it's your muscles during a walk, your brain in the middle of a complex task, or, crucially, your sexual organs during an intimate moment, the endothelium springs into action. Its response is to release a molecule I consider one of the most miraculous in all of human biology: nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is a gas, a signaling molecule that travels almost at the speed of light. Its mission is simple but vital. It signals the tiny smooth muscles lining the walls of the arteries to fully relax. When these muscles relax, the artery widens, it expands. This phenomenon is called vasodilation. It's like suddenly turning a 1-lane road into a 5-lane highway. This widening allows a torrent of oxygen-rich blood to flow massively to the tissue that needs it. I want to be completely clear. A male erection, in its purest essence, is a hemodynamic event, a miracle of vascular plumbing. Without proper vasodilation and optimal blood flow, it is physically impossible for it to occur, no matter the desire. So, where does the tragedy begin? It starts with the slow, silent decline in the production of this miraculous molecule. The numbers are alarming and should be a wake-up call for everyone. By the age of 40, the average man produces 50% less nitric oxide than at 20, and by 60, that number can drop as much as 85%. Without enough nitric oxide, our 5-lane highways permanently shrink into narrow, congested country roads, and the flow of life reduces to a slow trickle. But blaming age alone is only part of the truth. Age is a factor, yes, but it is not the only villain in the story. There are 3 main culprits that dramatically accelerate this decline, 3 riders of the vascular apocalypse, directly linked to our modern lifestyle. The first and most destructive culprit is low-grade chronic inflammation. Imagine it as a slow-burning fire, a silent blaze constantly burning inside your arteries. This fire is fueled by a diet loaded with refined sugars, processed carbs, and industrial fats. Every time we eat these foods, we are pouring gasoline on the flames. This constant inflammation wears down, irritates, and scars the delicate endothelium, day after day, year after year, leaving it damaged and increasingly unable to produce the nitric oxide we urgently need. The second culprit is chronic stress. Our bodies were designed to handle acute stress, the classic fight-or-flight response. When faced with real danger, we release cortisol and adrenaline, hormones that cause vasoconstriction, meaning they narrow blood vessels to increase pressure and send blood to the muscles, ready to escape. In the short term, this mechanism is brilliant, a survival marvel. But in our modern world, we're not running from tigers. We live under deadlines, financial worries, and a constant bombardment of news, keeping our bodies in a perpetual state of alert, flooded with cortisol. This means our arteries remain constantly tight, strangling vital blood flow, denying the endothelium the chance to relax and repair. The third culprit is oxidative stress. Every second, our cells generate energy, and as a byproduct, free radicals appear. Imagine them as sparks flying off a bonfire. In a healthy body, we have enough antioxidants, the internal firefighters, to put out these sparks. But due to pollution, poor diet, and stress, we produce too many sparks and don't have enough firefighters. This excess of free radicals acts like molecular missiles, attacking and oxidizing the walls of the endothelium, just as metal rusts and weakens when exposed to the elements. The result of this perfect storm is a devastating domino effect on our health. Erectile dysfunction and fatigue are not the main problem. They're the first canaries in the coal mine, the warning lights flashing on the dashboard of your body, indicating that the entire system is at risk. When blood flow to the brain decreases, mental fog appears, memory loss, a higher risk of dementia, cold hands and feet, slow healing wounds, leg cramps while walking. All of these are symptoms of the same root cause. And ultimately, this circulatory collapse leads to the two leading causes of death in the modern world: heart attacks and strokes. What so many men suffer in silence, believing it is a personal failure or a psychological issue, is actually, at its core, a plumbing problem, a problem of blocked and rigid pipes. And the most hopeful news I can give you is this: just as a skilled plumber can clean and repair pipes, we have the power to clean, repair, and rejuvenate our vascular system from within, renewing every artery, every capillary, every pathway of life. Now that we know our enemies in detail, it is time to introduce the most powerful ally in this battle for our life and well-being. Faced with such a complex, multifactorial problem, we might feel overwhelmed, thinking the solution must be equally complicated, perhaps a cocktail of expensive medications with a long list of side effects. But what if I told you that nature, with its infinite wisdom, has given us a master key to reopen these vital highways? And what if that key was hidden in a humble, knobby, spicy root, revered by humanity for over 5,000 years? That key, that botanical treasure, is ginger. Long before laboratories or clinical trials existed, the great healing traditions of the world, from Ayurvedic medicine in India to traditional Chinese medicine, already considered ginger a universal remedy, not out of superstition, but because of millennia of direct observation of its astonishing effects on the human body. It was called the one that warms, the one that makes blood flow, the one that eliminates stagnation. Today, modern science, with its sophisticated tools, is finally decoding the molecular secrets behind this ancient wisdom, and the discoveries are simply astonishing. The power of ginger doesn't come from a single molecule, but from a complex arsenal of bioactive compounds working in synergy. The most well-known are gingerols, which are more abundant in fresh ginger, and shogales, which form when ginger is dried or cooked. These molecules are, above all, powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant agents. They act like an elite team of firefighters and cleaning crew for our vascular system, extinguishing the slow burn of chronic inflammation that damages the endothelium, and neutralizing the constant rain of free radicals that oxidize and prematurely age our arteries. They are the first line of defense to protect our life highways. But their magic doesn't stop there. Science has discovered that ginger improves circulation through sophisticated and direct mechanisms. First, it stimulates nitric oxide production. Certain compounds in ginger interact with an enzyme in the endothelium called nitric oxide synthase, or NOS, encouraging it to generate more of this vasodilating molecule. It's like providing the nitric oxide factory with the best workers and the most effective tools. Second, it acts as a natural calcium channel blocker. Some of the most prescribed medications for hypertension work by blocking these channels in the muscle cells of arteries, forcing them to relax. Ginger, in a much gentler and natural way, provides a similar effect, helping prevent excessive and chronic constriction, promoting a constant state of vascular relaxation. And third, ginger improves blood fluidity. It has a mild antiplatelet effect, which means it helps platelets be less sticky and less likely to clump together. This is crucial for preventing the formation of small clots that could block the tiniest blood vessels, ensuring that blood flows freely and smoothly, like a powerful river rather than thick mud. Now, the key to success, the secret to unlocking the full therapeutic potential of ginger, is not just in consuming it, but in how you consume it. And this is where most people go off track. The first golden rule is to use fresh ginger. Forget the ginger powder that has been sitting in your pantry for months, or processed tea bags. Drying and cooking, while useful for other purposes, significantly degrade the gingerols, the most potent and active compounds for vascular health. Fresh, raw root is where the maximum potency resides. The second rule is the golden timing. The best time to consume it is in the morning, on a completely empty stomach. Imagine your digestive system upon waking as a clean slate, with no other foods competing for absorption. This allows the active compounds in ginger to pass quickly through the intestinal wall and enter the bloodstream, beginning their healing and vasodilation work immediately, establishing a healthy vascular tone that will last all day. And the third rule is the technique that multiplies its effectiveness: therapeutic chewing. It's not about chopping it up and swallowing it like a pill. You should take a slice of fresh ginger, without the woody skin, about the size of a quarter, and chew it slowly, consciously, for at least 2 to 3 minutes. Two wonderful things happen when you do this. First, enzymes in your saliva begin to pre-digest the ginger, releasing its active compounds. Second, and most importantly, it allows sublingual absorption. The network of capillaries under the tongue provides a direct route to the bloodstream. By chewing this way, the compounds are absorbed directly into circulation, bypassing the initial passage through the liver, ensuring much greater potency and speed of action. An important note on safety and caution: ginger is an incredibly safe food for most people. However, due to its effect on blood fluidity, if you are taking strong anticoagulants like warfarin or have a history of active gastric ulcers, it is responsible to consult your doctor before incorporating this daily habit. Nature is powerful and deserves respect. By adopting this simple morning ritual, every day you send a clear and powerful signal to your body, reminding it that it's time to heal, revitalize, and flow fully. A powerful signal to calm inflammation, to open the gates of blood flow, to move stagnant energy within your body. The first changes you will notice will be subtle, almost imperceptible at first. Maybe your hands and feet won't feel as cold. Perhaps you'll feel a comforting warmth running through your body. Then you will experience a more stable and lasting increase in energy throughout the day, renewed mental clarity that allows you to think sharply, stay present, and focused. And in the realm of intimacy, don't be surprised if firmer, more reliable, and more spontaneous erections become your new, welcome, and revitalizing normal. But this, my friends, is just the beginning. We've laid the foundations, and now it's time to build upon them. We are going to take the power of ginger and amplify it exponentially, combining it with other superfoods in a healing symphony, a recipe that is a true elixir of longevity, drawn directly from the heart of the longest living and healthiest cultures on the planet. Imagine, for a moment, traveling to small earthly paradises, remote corners where chronic disease is almost non-existent, where reaching 100 years is not a miracle, but a life expectancy, and vitality does not fade with age. These places exist. They are not fantasy. They are the blue zones: Okinawa in Japan, the mountainous region of Sardinia in Italy, the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, the island of Ikaria in Greece. For years, scientists, anthropologists, and doctors have studied these populations, trying to decipher their longevity code. Beyond their famous plant-based diets, strong sense of community, and constant movement, I discovered a fascinating common thread: the daily consumption of tonics and herbal elixirs, brews prepared with the most potent ingredients the earth offers. These are not remedies they take only when sick. They are sacred health rituals they practice to stay healthy. their natural life insurance. After years of research and speaking with the elders of these communities, I distilled the essence of their tonics into a unique recipe, a formula I have adapted and perfected, now known to my patients as the Golden Vitality Tonic. This recipe is not just a mix of ingredients, it is a biochemical symphony where each component plays a specific note, and together they create a melody of healing and vascular rejuvenation, exponentially more powerful than the sum of its parts. Let me introduce you to the maestros of this orchestra, the ingredients of the Golden Vitality Tonic. Number 1. Fresh ginger, our star player, the natural vasodilator, a slice about the size of a quarter, peeled and finely grated to maximize the contact surface. Number 2. Fresh turmeric, ginger's close cousin, the anti-inflammatory queen, a slice the same size, also finely grated. If fresh is unavailable, half a teaspoon of high-quality organic turmeric powder works as a substitute. Number 3. Fresh lemon juice, the purifier, freshly squeezed from half a lemon, never from a bottle. Number 4. Raw, pure honey, the healing nectar, 1 teaspoon. It is vital that it is raw, unpasteurized honey to preserve all its enzymes and properties. Number 5. Freshly ground black pepper, the secret ingredient, the catalyst, just a pinch, no more. Number 6. Filtered or mineral water, the conductive base, about 250 milliliters, warm, never boiling or too cold. Now let's dive into the science behind this synergy, because this is where the real magic lies. If ginger is the plumber widening our arteries, turmeric is the elite cleaning crew running through them, working at the molecular level. Its active compound, curcumin, is possibly the most powerful natural anti-inflammatory that science has identified. While anti-inflammatory drugs usually block only one pathway of inflammation, curcumin shuts down multiple master inflammation switches at once, actively protecting the endothelium and, according to preliminary studies, it might even help dissolve existing arterial plaque. But here's the big secret most people don't know. Curcumin alone is hard to absorb. Much of it simply passes through the digestive system without effect. This is where our catalytic ingredient comes in, black pepper. It contains a compound called piperine, which does something extraordinary. It temporarily inhibits certain enzymes in the liver and intestinal wall that would normally degrade curcumin, allowing a much larger amount to be absorbed intact into the bloodstream. Studies show that adding just a pinch of black pepper can increase curcumin's bioavailability by a staggering 2,000%. Adding this pinch is not optional. It transforms this drink from a simple healthy tea into a potent therapeutic elixir. Lemon, in addition to its vitamin C, acts as a purifier and enhancer. Rich in bioflavonoids such as hesperidin, clinically proven to improve venous tone and strengthen the walls of capillaries, those delicate endings of our vascular system. While ginger and turmeric clean the major highways, lemon reinforces the rural roads, and despite its acidity, it has an alkalizing effect, helping create an internal environment less prone to inflammation. Finally, raw honey, not the processed, lifeless supermarket honey. Raw honey is full of live enzymes, antioxidants, polyphenol, and antibacterial properties. It provides slow-release clean energy without inflammatory sugar spikes, and its antioxidants add another layer of protection for our cells against oxidative stress. And here comes a key detail: the ritual of preparation and consumption. How you prepare it is just as important as the ingredients themselves, because conscious execution multiplies the effect and transforms this drink into a true elixir of life. Number 1. In a glass, finely grate the fresh ginger and turmeric, releasing their juices and intense aromas that awaken the senses. Add the pinch of freshly ground black pepper, the essential catalyst that enhances the entire blend. Number 2. Squeeze the juice of half a lemon directly over the grated roots, releasing its freshness and vitality. Pour in the warm water, never boiling or cold. Gentle heat facilitates infusion, but water that is too hot can destroy sensitive compounds. Number 3. Add the teaspoon of raw, pure honey, stirring slowly with a non-metal spoon until fully dissolved. Now, the most important step: let the mixture sit for 5 minutes. This is not optional. It is the sacred infusion time where all the bioactive compounds are released and intertwined, creating the true elixir. This tonic should be the very first thing you put into your body every morning, on an empty stomach, at least 30 minutes before any other food or drink, even coffee. It is the first and most important act of self-care of the day. And when you drink it, don't rush it as if it were just medicine. Do it intentionally, consciously with every sip, feeling the spicy warmth of the ginger, the earthy taste of turmeric, inhaling their penetrating aroma. Visualize this golden liquid traveling through your body, cleaning, opening, healing, and revitalizing every artery, every vein, every capillary. This is not just a remedy. It is liquid meditation, a daily pact with your own vitality. This is the habit, the ritual that the healthiest and longest living people in the world have practiced for generations. And now this secret, this wisdom, is in your hands. You have the knowledge, the recipe, the what and the why. But the most crucial part, the point where 90% of people fail, is the transition from information to transformation. Knowledge that is not applied is simply rumor. That's why this section is not about more ingredients or more science. It's about you, about how to incorporate this powerful elixir into the fabric of your daily life until it becomes as natural a habit as breathing. Because the key to success is not intensity, but consistency. Our brains resist change by nature, which is why implementing a new habit requires strategy. I propose a commitment, a 21-day challenge. Neuroscience studies show that this is the minimum time needed to start creating new neural pathways for an action to stop being a conscious effort and become automatic. For the next 21 days, without excuses or exceptions, you will start each morning with your golden vitality tonic. Prepare the ingredients the night before. Leave the grater, the lemon, and the glass ready on the counter, removing any friction that could stand between you and this new ritual, making it your first act of victory for the day. During this challenge, I ask you to become detectives of your own body, to stop looking for drastic overnight changes. Instead, learn to listen to the whispers of your body, those subtle signals indicating that healing has begun. Perhaps in the first week, the only thing you notice is a pleasant warmth spreading through your body after drinking the tonic, the quiet evidence of the ginger at work, opening your capillaries. By the second week, you may realize that you no longer need that second cup of coffee to get through the afternoon, that your energy is more stable, more linear. Or you might notice improvements in digestion, feeling less bloated. By the third week, the signals may become even clearer. Maybe your hands and feet are no longer permanently cold. Your mind feels sharper in the morning, and yes, it's very likely that you begin to notice significant improvements in the quality and firmness of your erections, both in the morning and during intimacy. Note every change, no matter how small, and celebrate it, because it is proof that you are on the right path, and on this path, you are not alone. One of the most important lessons from the Blue Zones is the power of community. That's why I encourage you to use the comments section as your own support circle. Share the biggest health challenge you're facing right now without shyness. By expressing your struggles, you not only make them more manageable for yourself, but also allow hundreds of others going through the same to feel seen and understood. Share your progress with the tonic, ask questions, encourage others. Let's turn this space from a monologue into a vibrant conversation of collective healing. And if you feel this information is valuable, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with a parent, a sibling, a friend, or a loved one who could benefit. Sometimes the greatest act of love is sharing the gift of knowledge that can change a life. Many patients, after experiencing the benefits of the tonic, ask me the same question. This is incredible for my circulation and energy, but what about my arthritis, high cholesterol, and blood pressure? They realize that natural healing is powerful and they want more. Precisely because of this demand for deep knowledge, I dedicated the last 5 years of my life to compiling my most comprehensive work. I poured over 2 decades of clinical experience and research into a book, a true encyclopedia of natural health, which I called the Vitality Code. The tonic you have learned today is only one of over 150 proven recipes and protocols in its pages. You will discover natural methods to combat hypertension, reverse prediabetes, relieve arthritis pain, optimize brain function, and much more. It's not just a cookbook. It's an instruction manual for the human body, a step-by-step guide to reclaim control of your health, using the power of food, herbs, and lifestyle habits. If you are ready to go further and embark on a total transformation of your well-being, I invite you to click the link in the video description or the first pinned comment. This is not just a book. It's an investment in the most valuable thing you have, your own health. But remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and that first step, the most decisive one, can be as simple as preparing your first Golden Vitality Tonic tomorrow morning. Health is not a final destination. It is a path built day by day, decision by decision, and the power to begin that journey is literally in your hands right now. I sincerely congratulate you for making it this far. The fact that you've taken the time to listen to this message demonstrates a deep commitment to your well-being and your future. You've already taken the hardest step, the decision to seek answers and regain control of your body. Now, before we conclude, I want to share some additional guidance, 3 fundamental pillars that, when combined with the tonic ritual you've learned, will create a synergy so powerful it will accelerate your path to lasting vitality. Think of the tonic as the spark that ignites the engine, and these pillars as the high-quality fuel that will keep that engine running at full power for decades. The first pillar is nutrition for your arteries. This is not about restrictive diets or counting calories, but strategically incorporating foods that are true superheroes for the vascular system. Focus on filling your body with foods that naturally stimulate nitric oxide production. Beetroot is the undisputed champion. Its juice is like a shot of pure nitric oxide. Dark leafy greens like spinach, arugula, and Swiss chard are rich in nitrates that the body converts into nitric oxide. Garlic, consumed raw or lightly cooked, contains allicin, a compound that activates the enos enzyme. Watermelon provides L-citrulline, an amino acid directly precursor to nitric oxide. And don't forget healthy fats found in nuts, chia seeds, avocado, and extra virgin olive oil, which fight inflammation and keep cell membranes flexible. You don't need to change everything at once. Just ask yourself each day, how can I add one of these foods to my plate today? The second pillar is intelligent movement. Our circulatory system has no secondary pump. It depends on the movement of our muscles to help push blood, especially in the extremities. Inactivity is stagnation, but you don't need to become a marathon runner. Modern science shows that short, intense bursts of exercise can be even more beneficial than long sessions of moderate cardio. I introduced the concept of movement snacking every hour. Get up from your chair and for just 2 or 3 minutes, do something that raises your heart rate, squats, wall push-ups, climbing stairs, or marching in place. These small movement snacks throughout the day prevent blood stagnation and keep your endothelium active and responsive. If you can add a 20 to 30-minute brisk walk each day, you're building a cardiovascular foundation practically resistant to almost anything. The third and final pillar, often underestimated, is mastering recovery. You can have the best diet and the most complete exercise plan, but if you don't manage stress and get proper sleep, it's like trying to fill a bucket full of holes. Chronic stress, as we have already seen, is poison. I want to give you a technique that can completely transform your daily life, something you can easily incorporate into your routine that activates deep calm in your body: box breathing. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for 4 seconds, hold the air in your lungs for 4 seconds, exhale through your mouth for 4 seconds, and hold your lungs empty for another 4 seconds. Repeat this cycle for just 3 minutes. This simple practice awakens the vagus nerve, taking your nervous system out of fight or flight mode and gently guiding it into rest and repair mode almost immediately. Do this several times a day and, in addition, prioritize your sleep. It is during deep sleep that your body does the majority of its vascular repair work. Create a sanctuary in your bedroom, dark, cool, quiet, and turn off screens at least an hour before bed. Remember, sleep is not a luxury. It is a non-negotiable biological necessity if you want vibrant, lasting health. The tonic, nutrition, movement, and recovery. These are the 4 pillars of your well-being. Don't get overwhelmed. You don't have to implement everything at once. Start with the tonic, master it for 21 days, and then add another pillar. Health is a constant journey, not a race. Every small step, every conscious decision you make to honor your body is a victory in itself. I want to thank you again, from the bottom of my heart, for committing to this journey. You have made an extraordinary decision for your future, a decision that your body, your mind, and your loved ones will deeply appreciate. I am absolutely convinced that if you consistently apply everything you've learned today, you will begin to feel and see results that may have once seemed impossible. Always remember, your health is your greatest wealth, the most valuable asset you will ever possess. Don't wait for a diagnosis to take care of it. The best time to start was years ago, and the second best time is this very moment. If you have questions or want to share your journey, do so. The exchange, the community, strengthens. Your new life of vitality awaits. You have reached the end of this presentation, but in reality, you are just at the beginning of a new and exciting chapter in your life. Remember the story of the example many have lived, people who felt their body had betrayed them, who had lost the blueprint of their own well-being. The truth is, you are also architects, and your most important project is not a building of concrete or steel. It is the magnificent temple of your own body, the only place you will ever inhabit. Today, I have given you the blueprints and essential tools to start the reconstruction. I have shown you how to clear the foundations with the power of ginger and the Golden Vitality Tonic. I have taught you how to raise the walls with the pillars of nutrition, movement, and recovery. The decision to begin building, that decision is entirely yours. Don't get overwhelmed. You don't need to construct the cathedral in a single day. You only need to place the first brick. And that first brick, that first powerful action, is your Golden Vitality Tonic. Tomorrow morning, start there, feel the change, and when you are ready to build the rest of the structure, to discover every secret and every technique for a long, full, and vibrant life, remember that the complete guide, the Vitality Code, is waiting for you. The link is within reach. It has been a true honor and privilege to share this time with you. Do not view taking care of your health as an obligation, but as the ultimate act of self-love. Take care of your body, because it is the only canvas upon which you can paint the masterpiece that will be the rest of your life. Until next time, may your path always be filled with health, energy, and limitless vitality.